What's up, Dodgers Nation? It's the 3 Up 3 Down podcast, and on this week, we're going to try to settle the debate, who is the biggest prospect bust of all time for the Los Angeles Dodgers? Welcome back to the 3 Up 3 Down podcast. My name is Eric Yulo, your host for this 5-minute Dodgers Nation production. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. That is at EEULA. If you're watching this on our Dodgers Nation YouTube channel, please subscribe, rate, review, hit that notification bell. It really helps out the channel. If you're listening to this in podcast form, thank you, and please rate and review. I'm doing this from beautiful Dodgers Nation headquarters in South Pasadena. Got the place to myself. It's after hours here, and I thought to myself, what better way to spend this time than thinking about who the biggest Dodgers prospect bust is. So we threw up a poll on our Dodgers Nation Twitter account, which you should also follow. It's my last pitch tonight, I promise. But we gave you these 4 options: Blake DeWitt, Yoel Guzmán, Andy LaRoche, and Darren Driefort for who is the biggest Dodgers prospect bust of all time. So we're going to kind of walk through each of the candidates. We'll go over your takes, and then we'll get into my take on who the biggest prospect bust is for your Los Angeles Dodgers. Yoel Guzmán's the first guy on our list. 6'7" third baseman, outfielder from the Dominican Republic. Back in 2001, I know, long time ago, the Dodgers paid him $2.15 million for the right to sign him. His Dodgers major league career was 8 entire games. Now, back in 2005, he debuted in 2006 with the Dodgers, but in 2005 with the Jacksonville Sun, he had an OPS of 826. People are starting to get excited after a couple lean years before that. But it was like, hey, maybe this guy is the future first baseman of the Dodgers. It was not to be. It took just 8 games of him with an OPS under 600 for the Dodgers to realize, this ain't the guy. So they traded him for Julio Lugo, who also wasn't very good at baseball, to the Tampa Bay Rays. That is where Guzmán played 16 games for the Rays, and then his major league career was done. He bounced around in the minor league organizations of the Orioles, the Nationals, and the Reds. It just never really happened for Guzmán, but hey, he got the $2.15 million, right? That brings us to Blake DeWitt, the Dodgers' first-round pick in 2004, and a guy that the Dodgers thought so much of that they elected to make him their opening day third baseman back in 2008. He even started in NLCS playoffs games at age 22. I mean, that is how excited the Dodgers were about this kid. But unfortunately, in his first 148 regular season games, he had a .257 batting average, an OPS plus of 90, and hit just 11 home runs. By 2010, the Dodgers knew that Blake DeWitt was not going to be the long-term answer at third base or really anywhere in the infield, and decided to trade him to the Chicago Cubs in the deal that brought Ted Lilly to the Dodgers. The Dodgers didn't spend quite the same amount of draft capital on Andy LaRoche. Andy LaRoche was the Dodgers' 39th round pick in 2003. He was projected to be a below-average defensive third baseman, but could be a slugger. By 2008, Baseball Prospectus had him ranked as the second best Dodgers prospect behind Clayton Kershaw, meaning he was the best position player prospect for Los Angeles. Now, Baseball Prospectus on the high-end projection said he could be 40-plus doubles per year and 20 to 30 home runs per season. LaRoche, over parts of 2 seasons, hit 3 home runs and included a .217 batting average for his time with the Dodgers. He was out of Major League Baseball by age 29, but LaRoche left the Dodgers in the fateful 2008 trade that brought Manny Ramirez to Los Angeles. And for that, thank you, Mr. LaRoche. Finally, we get to Darren Driefort, your top vote getter, 32.7% of the Dodgers Nation fan vote. Got to agree with the people on this one. I don't always, but I'm with you guys on this one. The second overall pick in 1993, taken right after Alex Rodriguez, supposed to be the Dodgers' ace for years to come. It never happened. He finished with a 4.36 ERA over 9 seasons, 22 surgeries, and over $64 million spent by the Dodgers. The guy just couldn't stay healthy. He sat out 2 full seasons recovering from injury. He certainly damn well tried to keep pitching, but it just wasn't in the cards for him. This is also the draft where you had Torrey Hunter, Derek Lee, and Chris Carpenter also drafted. Even Jason Varitek was part of this draft. You don't get too caught up in coulda, shoulda, wouldas, but Darren Driefort, I do think, just of where he was picked and the expectations and who he was picked after, Alex Rodriguez, makes him the biggest Dodgers bust in history. That's it. That's all I got time for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, rate, review the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything your phone goes to. Follow us on that. Thank you, and I'll see you on the other side.